Hey, good afternoon. Colin Kimball here with Alderman Chevrolet GMC in Rutland, Vermont, Vermont's favorite car dealership. We appreciate your interest in this beautiful truck. Very excited to get to show you this thing today. Very special truck we have in our hands. Now this is our 2024 GMC Canyon AT4 edition. That comes with a lot of cool features we get to go in depth about, a lot of cool things we get to go over. But right off the bat, this vehicle does have an identical mechanical twin, which is going to be the Chevy Colorado. Now, if you're not familiar with the Colorado, it did win Motor Trend's Truck of the Year in 2024, as well as Edmunds' top pick. Now, this is a great representation of what GM has to offer in its class-leading midsize truck segment. This one here is the Turbo Max engine. That's a 2.7 liter, 4-cylinder, high output turbocharged engine married to an 8-speed automatic transmission. With that combination, you're gonna get a whopping 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque, which is great performance here for one of these mid-size trucks, even significantly better than the 5.3 liter V8's torque, which sits at around 383. Now in the exterior here, we do have a beautiful desert sand metallic color. We got our high gloss black painted mirror caps and our AT4 badging. We do also have our ultra wide stance right here. We do have our fender liners in all four corners, and then these are 18-inch machine faced aluminum wheels with our Goodyear Wrangler tires on there. Now that combination definitely looks sporty, but still has that aggressive off-road look. Around to this front fascia here, we have our super sharp looking daytime running LED lights, which is kind of like a seamless cut right behind that body panel. Now we do have our projector style LED headlamps, as well as our projector style LED fog lamps. Now right under there, you probably see we do have an aluminum skid plate, as well as our horizontal frame mounted red recovery tow hooks for those situations where you need it. Right here, we almost have a gunmetal color painted front grille here. AT4 badging on that as well. Super sporty but off-roady look. And we do have that passive key entry system, so with just a press of a button, you can lock and unlock this door. Now that's great if you want to keep the key in your pocket, a bag, a purse, whatever it may be. Beautiful interior here. This is jet black and timber cloth Cortex. And we will go over all of those features, but first I want to give you a quick feel for room in the back. Now, I'm about 6'3", definitely on the taller side, and I have more than enough room here to kind of kick my legs out, sit back, be comfortable. I'm not limited for room at all, and this seat is back to my liking, so there is a good amount of room back here. Right here, we have our Type-C charger and our USB port for some more charging, as well as a 120-volt wall outlet charger back here. Now, we do have our HVAC vents back here and our cup holders. Make sure everyone's happy with everything. And a beautiful interior view here. We do have a sunroof right up there. And we will show you these 60-40 splitting rear seats real quick. A little hard with one hand. Now you can see this is the 60% side. Over there's the 40%. You do have your under seat storage here, so you can load this up with stuff and not have it rolling around hitting your ankles. But then if you wanted to load it all the way right up to the roof, you could still have another seat over there. You can still have some room in the back for people to sit. Drops right back down with a little press of that lever. We have our 10-way power driver seat adjustments. We got our electronic mirror and window adjustments on the door, as well as our lock and unlock. Right down here, we have our brightness display, or our display brightness. Now up to brighten it, down to dim it. We have our integrated trailer brake right here with our gain adjustments. You don't need to install your own or have one hanging by your leg. You got one built in for you. Give this a quick little start. This is a 12.3-inch driver infotainment screen, as well as a 13.4-inch radio entertainment screen. Now you can add a few cool things in there. We'll actually go right in here and show you. So right in your vehicle status, it's going to pull up an actual Canyon. Now you can monitor a few different things by clicking them on there, but you do have your hard inputs where you can monitor some stuff without clicking on anything. Now if you want to add this to your driver infotainment screen, now as you can see, it's kind of bare in there, just a little speed limit warning, but I can add this to my driver's display. So we do have a brake pad wear indicator in there. I can go ahead and just add it right into my driver's display. Now as you'll see, we can monitor the brake pads up there now. You can also just remove it with a little press of a button right in here. You do have a tire pressure indicator in there. You can monitor your fluids and filters. You do have an engine air wear indicator, battery voltage, coolant temperature, but you also have an off-road app in here, which is probably one of my favorite things you can get in one of these Canyons. Now you can monitor your pitch and roll, which is great for those scenarios where you need it. You can monitor what G's you're pulling, what your transfer case is in, your steering angle, but then your pitch and roll right here, you do have your tire pressure. as well as your overlanding right here. So this is kind of the two things you need to get out of a situation where you're lost, or maybe you're somewhere where cell data isn't working. You have your elevation and you have your direction. Now, right in this driver infotainment screen, you can toggle a few different templates. Now, as you can see here, we have our RPMs and our speed, but then you can go ahead and just add your Google Maps right in there with just the speed. Right on the steering wheel here, we have our adaptive cruise control settings with our forward collision alert. Now that'll keep a gap in between you and the car in front of you, and it will keep it there. On the right side here, you have your hands-free audio and phone call settings. You'll pick up a phone call by pushing up on that, down on that to hang it up. Then this little button right here is going to change your templates. There's a few very cool ones in there that you could keep up. Right here is your wiper blades. Right around here is this 13.4-inch beautiful radio entertainment screen. It does come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is a feature I do look for in a vehicle. We won't pair a phone right now, but it is also going to come with a Google Assistant. So for the first time ever, you have in-vehicle controls. Change the temperature to 70. So you can control all of this stuff. You can also ask Google, "Hey Google, what's my fuel tank at?"
Your gas tank is at 20% capacity.
20.
You can drive for about 87 miles.
So it'll give me my estimated miles that I'll get off my fuel tank, but it's at about 26% and about 87 miles. You do have your trailering app right here. That's going to create a profile for your trailer, so you don't have to get in and adjust that gain every time. You do have your Wi-Fi hotspot capability. You have your little climate app right here, which is almost a fully digital version of everything you got right down here. Now this is very cool if you don't want to be playing around with buttons in the dark. You do have your My GMC app capability. So for the first time ever, actually, you can remote start, lock, and unlock anywhere in the country. You don't need to be near the vehicle. You could be on a trip to California. You're on the plane. You think you forgot to lock your truck. You just hop on the app and you send it a signal. You do have your air down mode here. So if you're familiar with airing down your tires, you would have to come in here and make sure it's at the PSI you want, or you'd have to pull out your tire pressure monitor. Now you can press this and you can set it to a temperature you want to air down to, or maybe right before you're about to go off-roading. And then it'll do an audible horn beep when you reach that temperature, so you're not having to come bounce back and forth in between here and your tire. Now you do have your vehicle controls in here. That's going to control a few different things. You're going to get IntelliBeam Auto High Beam with this vehicle. Now you'll turn that off and on right here, but that's going to turn off and on your high beams based on your traffic conditions at speeds over 25 miles an hour. You do have your Park Assist, which is going to beep at you if it senses you pulling or backing into any objects, as well as your hill descent control. That's like a cruise control for going down a very steep hill. Right here's your dual zone climate control. Now, if you've ever been in a vehicle, you've probably argued about the temperature at least once. You can't in this. You each have your own temperature. You each got your own heated seat options, 3 different temperature settings for those. And then your fan speed right in the middle here, your temperature setting over here, obviously. Right here's a nice little taskbar. You have your auxiliary button. That's going to control the power to your outlets. Lane keep assist with lane departure warning. That'll do those little minor adjustments for you, keep you in between the white lines. 4 right directionals right in the middle. Auto stop and start button right there. Here's your 4-way window drop. Now, if it's hot in the summertime, it is a black interior here. You can go ahead and drop all 4 of those windows. It does cool it out very, very quick. We have a Type-C charger for fast charging up here, as well as a USB port. Here's probably another one of my favorite features about this Canyon is this engine control selector. So you do have a nice little animation for each of these. This is kind of a different tune for all of your equipment here. This terrain mode is going to sense any slippage in whatever wheels you have, or whatever wheels are slipping, and it's going to send power to those wheels. So maybe 80% in these front wheels, 20% on the other side. Your highway mode is going to give you the best fuel mileage. That's right over here. That's going to give you your best fuel mileage. It's going to give you 2 high. Now you do have your all-wheel drive or your 4-wheel drive modes in here. You got like your off-road. Tow and haul is going to reduce your gear shifting on those long car rides. When it knows there's a big trailer back there, it won't shift up and down as many times. Right here's a little out-of-the-way toggling parking button. Leather-wrapped shift boot right here with some beautiful timber stitching. Nice little GMC badge tucked away right in there. And then your plus and minus buttons for your low-level gears. Side-by-side cup holders. Leather wrap center console right here. We do have some surface level storage, and it goes very deep for a good amount of storage. And you have a 9-volt car port right in there to keep everything charging. Beautiful AT4 embroidered seats here. Now, this is a Cortex material they call right in the middle. We do have our capless fuel fill right here, so no need to get your hands dirty. Sorry, it is locked. No need to get your hands dirty. You don't have the cap swinging around scratching up that beautiful paint. We got our corner step rear bumpers with our body color painted rear bumper. This is the multi-flex or multi-stow flex tailgate. You do have a little storage compartment in here. Push these things over. This will go ahead and lift up. It is waterproof. You do have a little drain. You can fill this up with ice, put your drinks in there, or you can put some fishing or camping gear right in there. You do have a nice little measuring tape right here, maybe for fishing. You do have 8 cargo tie-down locations, 4 on each side, and they hold up to 500 pounds each, so plenty of combinations there to keep everything tied down. You do have a 120-volt wall outlet charger back here. That's what you control that, or that's what you use that aux button up there for. You do have our power sliding rear windows right there, and you do have your cargo lamp LED lights up top. Beautiful rear fascia on these Canyons as well. Now that is our 2024 GMC Canyon AT4 edition. If you have any more questions about this beautiful truck, don't hesitate to give me a call, 802-776-5066, or you can stop by for a test drive at 65 Windcrest Road in Rutland, Vermont. You have a great day.